EFCC is not scared of anybody. We don't know anything about the white lion. If the lion is really white, the case is in court. Let him present himself. We have the evidence that we have presented in court. If he believes he's innocent and is a white lion, let him go to the court and present himself. It's as simple as that. EFCC cannot be afraid of anybody. Our slogan is that every Nigerian, no one is above the law. And wherever you are, anywhere you are, EFCC want to get you, we will get you.
All right, so I'd like you to also give us a picture of the work that has been done in the past 1 year. Your chairman, Sola Olukoyede, who is, championing this alternative to cybercrime cause. Well, there are different perspectives about his work. Some say, well, it's great to see a change, a departure from what we've seen with previous chairmen and their pedigree. So he's expected to bring a fresh air of sorts into the commission. Some say, well, we've not really seen much. This has been underwhelming so far. But then figures don't lie, right? So maybe you can give us figures as to his achievements so far in office. Yes, we have the Yahaya Bello matter. We have the allegations by Bobrisky against some officials. So we have some of those, blights of sorts. But give us a picture in terms of figures, the arrests, convictions, monies recovered, so Nigerians understand whether work has been ongoing or not.
Well, every leadership has its own style. And this administration, I hope you are getting me.
Oh, yes, loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Okay. Every leadership has its own style. The style of this current leadership of the EFCC, there is a greater emphasis on corruption prevention. One of the key points that he made at his confirmation hearing, he promised that he was going to use the fight against corruption to stimulate the economy, and he was going to work in line with the rule of law. In terms of stimulating the economy, part of the initial step that he took upon assumption of office was to say, look, the Naira came under serious pressure and the value kept falling. And he rallied around the Central Bank of Nigeria, set up a task force on currency racketeering and abuse of the Naira. And that measure, the enforcement activities that the Commission carried out in going after currency racketeers, helped to a large extent in shoring up the value of the Naira at that initial stage of the Naira crisis that we currently face within the country. Apart from that, he also set up a new department within the Commission that is called Fraud Risk Assessment and Control Department. Essentially, that department is given a mandate to look at the corruption vulnerabilities of ministries, departments, and agencies. The focus is to check especially procurement fraud within those agencies. You will agree with me that the major source of corruption, especially in the public sector, largely pertains to contract and procurement processes. And the Commission is determined to ensure that these practices are checked before they occur. Because the popular maxim is that prevention is better than cure. And once you are able to prevent procurement fraud before they happen, we will be able to save a lot of resources for this nation. But in terms of recoveries and convictions, which is usually the attention of the media, he has also done a lot in terms of 1 year. In terms of Naira recovery, we have recovered over 200 billion Naira in 1 year of Olukoyede's administration. That is not to talk about the dollar and the euro component of the recoveries. The figures are actually humongous. And in terms of also the conviction returns, we have over 3,000 convictions in 1 year of his administration. That for us is interesting. But we are not emphasizing records of conviction per se, because our focus now is to prevent corruption. Those convictions figures that I've just given, 70% of those convictions pertains to cybercrime cases. And that is the reason we are talking about this summit on cybercrime, because we believe that we shouldn't just be trumpeting conviction figures. We should actually be working hard to reduce those figures by preventing youngsters from getting involved in cybercrime, which is why we have put up this summit that I'm talking about tomorrow, to talk about the alternative to cybercrime. How do we get these young boys and girls away from cybercrime?